But they're ruining a classic.
Poor Taylor.
This is real life.
I hate Taylor.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck yeah.
Did you
I
say
hate
you
her
hate
too.
Taylor?
See, me and Kylie would connect.
You guys
like
hate
that.
Taylors?
Yeah, we hate her.
Taylors.
Taylor Swift,
God, you guys
not
better watch
Taylor's.
it. We're not Swifters.
Fucking
Fine,
Taylor
we have to
Lautner,
go
are you
there.
kidding me? Fuck yeah, dude. Fucking werewolves.
Alright, everyone.
Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers.
I didn't give you much.
I'm Kenny Geyman. And I'm your next bachelorette. But actually, I'm here to talk to you about Gone with the Wind. So, Scarlett starts out, and she's like in between two dudes. And they're like, let's waltz. We'll pass you along between each character. Like, go ahead. You have Chad, you have Brad. Pass it along. And then she casually mentions Ashley. That is like her love of her life, who is going to marry her cousin. His cousin. Sorry.
Ashley's a dude.
Yes. Ashley is a man. He is Ellen DeGeneres. And then they casually mention Ashley. And she's like, oh, huh, huh. Ashley? How dare you? And then she goes and meets her dad by the pier. And her dad is like, oh, God. Ashley's marrying his cousin. It's fucking normal. It's fucking normal. Don't feel things about it. That fucking whore. She's like getting strapped together in all the right ways. And then she's like, I don't want to eat, Mamie. And Mamie's like, no, bitch. You're gonna eat. You can't go to the barbecue. And she's like, Scarlett shows up to the barbecue. And she's like, I am fiending for some fucking dick. I'm just saying that Scarlett walks in and everyone hates her. And she's like, you're a whore. God, Scarlett, you're such a whore. And she sees Ashley. He's like, oh, God, if you could see it. He's on the staircase. It's Melanie and Ashley. And they like come together. And Ashley's like, I love your warmth and your kindness. I'm gonna marry you. I don't want to fuck Scarlett. And Melanie's like, oh, Ashley. Oh, Ashley, my cousin. Yes, I would absolutely approve. Okay, so then there's like the snapping part. It's fucking weird.
How many beds?
It's 60, at least. There's only like 16 people, but there's at least 60 beds. And they're like, sleep in these, you women. Sleep in these, you stupid bitches. And she goes to the library where Rhett, Big Daddy Dick, he's just laying there. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. He's just laying there. He's listening. And she's like, Ashley, Ellen DeGeneres, let me tell you what's going on. Because you are kissing your cousin. And she tries to explain to him that they should run away. And Scarlett's like, oh, God, Ashley. And it doesn't work. And he says, hey, you want to know what? Do you want to know what you don't deserve? Do you want to know what? Do you not want to know what? You don't deserve this. Let's slap your ass so hard it's soft like a baby's bottom. And she hits him and he's like, alright, okay, cool, I love you. And he leaves. And that's how that romance starts, which is like most. Yes, so Charles wants to get married. He forgot about the fiance they had before. Charles is a piece of shit. So they get married and then it's really shitty. He's going to the war. Because right after they like admit their engagement, then like they had to top it and they're like, the war. The worst.
Which war?
You want to know what's sexy? The war.
Which war?
The
Civil War.
Civil fucking war. And they're like, you want to know what? Here's the Yankees and the camaraderies. And they're like, let's just do this right now. He died in the war of a sickness. Ugh. Every wife's worst fantasy. So, what Scarlett did was she didn't give a fuck about it, and she hosted a charity event. And you want to know what she did? She wore black. She wore all black. She's hot as fuck. And she gave away her ring there. And who fucking cares about her ring? But what I care about is Big Daddy Rhett. And he came in here swinging that dick. And he was like, I don't give a fuck that your husband's dead. I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna, like, just swing it around. I'm gonna waltz it around. Cause I know what he says to her. What he says to her? He says to her that this hat does not come without a goddamn price. And he says some shit. Open your eyes and look at me. No, I don't think I will kiss you. Although you need kissing, and badly. That's what's wrong with you. You should be kissed, and often, by someone who knows how. You want to know what that leads me to? Is like when they go to Atlanta, because they have to, and like, what the fuck is the Gettysburg Address? Whose goddamn address is that? Is it 42 Wallaby Sydney? Because it's not. And then Ashley's just like fucking gone. And Melanie's there. That's who's there. And it's Aunt Patty Pat. And fuck her because she has the worst name. And understandably. But then she decides to be a nurse. Scarlett decides to be a nurse. And she just gets all in that shit. She starts grinding. Boom. Chrissy comes home and she's like, Miss Scarlett, I couldn't find the doctor and I tried so hard. And Scarlett's like, bitch. And she makes Miss Prissy find my baby daddy Rhett. And my baby daddy Rhett is waiting at the whorehouse and he's like, what's good, Prissy? She's Mr. Rhett! Yeah! If I didn't deliver that baby, Mr. Rhett. Daddy Rhett comes to save the day, and he's like, I will drive you off in a horse and carriage. So they get halfway to Tara. She is fucking stupid. She's never done anything but, like, put corsets all through her bones. So then he's like, he pulls her off to the side. There's a full-grown woman, there's a baby, there's a slave, and then there's her in the background. And, like, she's like, oh my god, this is weird. Like, why are you doing this? Like, it's so romantic. And he is like, bitch, I know I told you that I was afraid of the war, but I'm not, and I'm, like, gonna do it. And I'm gonna go like this. Guns fucking blazing. Take my gun, take this horse. I know you're stupid, but, like, you can't get home, but, like, drive home with this horse. And I know you have a baby, but, like, fucking take that baby. It'd be so hot. And she's just like, so that's how that's how they leave it. And she rides home. She shows up to Tara. It's a cotton field. No one's there. There's no slaves. No one fucking cares. Don't fucking just don't plan on your cotton pickers. Get over yourselves. And she's like, And her dad opens the door and he's like this. But they only had 2 slaves, and it was Mamie and then it was Pork. And they were like, okay, cool, so we'll be beardless. And then it was just the dad. The mom is dead. The mom is fucking dead. Like, she's on a slab. She's fucking dead. She's
How'd she die?
Oh, typhoid fever.
Typhoid fever.
Typhoid fever. And you're like, my mom's dead. He's like, I know that we've we've never talked about this, but like, you have to talk to your mom. And she's like this. And then so after, he's like, you should go ride your horse. You should just do that. Scarlett rebuilt Rome in a day.
What does that mean?
No.
Her plantation.
What is
Yes,
She rebuilt
absolutely.
her
She
plantation.
fucking did it. How dare those hands picking cotton? And you wanna know what? She's like, me and all my friends, like we live there, we're picking cotton, and you wanna know what we're gonna do? We're gonna start a lumber industry in Atlanta. So like if you're super interested, like let's just rob my man Rat out of jail. And then after the town with the lumber yard, they tried to, and then Scarlett got fucking assaulted. She's a woman. She has titties. It happens to us all. Fucking going to Shanty Town, which is where they were doing their things. They fucking raid that town. But it was Ashley, and it was Rhett, and it was the guy that dies with Frank Kennedy.
Frank Kennedy. John F. Kennedy.
Piece of shit. You're so dumb. Why would you marry her sister? But they come home, and he's like, no, I would never do that. And she's like, he's not the father.
Who?
Rhett. Bonnie Jane.
Bonnie Jane. And what happens with Bonnie Jane?
She fucking dies.
Yeah, but how does she die? Tell him.
On a horse!
And what happens with the horse?
You're riding the horse and you just can't take it anymore, and then you just ride the horse and you have a child that you're not watching after, and she's 8 and she dies. Oh God. What the fuck? Melanie's dying, and then Melanie dies
From?
from typhoid fever,
No, childbirth.
childbirth, everything you can imagine.
No.
Frankly, my stupid bitch, I don't give a damn. All those titties are waiting for Rhett to come back, and he's never coming back. I ruined a classic, but it was worth it. What am I doing?
Just say so Melanie dies.
Melanie, she's a slut.